Hey everybody, it's Casual Boops coming at you with another video, and today I just wanted to cover, now it seems that people that are smarter than me have been able to scrape the inner workings of the game to figure out what was included in the patch 1.12, and so therefore they have figured out, I guess, what the suspected tanks and things will be on the black market in advance. And so here it is, it's been published. And so I don't know if this is correct. I don't know if this order is correct, but I figured it would be useful to at least give a rundown to say whether these things are worth your time or whatever, just so you don't get caught up in the hype, right? So the first one, if you're watching this today on March 3rd, the TL1 has already happened. So whether it's worth it or not it's irrelevant because I think it's done, right? Or maybe I think it's an auction. But the gold value of the thing is 6,400 gold, right? That's on Tanks GG. So if you're curious, it's a credit auction. So I've put the gold values of these things as they're shown in Tanks GG, just to give you an idea. If there is a gold auction for some of these things, you should never pay for more for the tank than the gold value is, because unless there's a situation where you have I guess maybe if you have gold left over from holiday boxes or something like that, where it's not really and no other use for it for some reason, or maybe you did a bunch of tournaments and you ground up a bunch of gold, so it didn't cost you money, then I suppose then you could make the argument, let's say the Progetto. This is an excellent tank, 9,900 gold. So if there was an auction for it, and let's say you had done a bunch of tournaments and you have 12,000 gold, and it didn't cost you a whole bunch of money, and you really want the tank, then sure, bid more than 9,900. But know that when they do sell the thing for actual money, it will be, whatever it is, 35 or 40 bucks or something like that, which is the equivalent in gold to this. So if you were just talking about throwing money at the screen now for this in gold versus buying it buying it when it's actually on sale, then make sure that you don't accidentally pay more than you should. But if you've got gold that maybe you got a really good deal from Christmas boxes, and this is just burning a hole in your pocket and you've always wanted this tank anyways, there are circumstances where you might pay more. But generally speaking, these are the kind of this is the point where you should start to think about how you got this gold and why you want this tank and so on. So anyway, so I'll just give a quick rundown. TL1 is fine. It's an okay tank. It's another American medium tank. It has a weird crew layout, which is really annoying, and so that's the reason I don't really like mine, but maybe Crew 2.0 will fix that. Progetto is an excellent tank. It's got no armor, but it's probably one of the best tier 8 medium tanks in the game, because when they nerfed all the other Progettos, they didn't nerf this one, and it's really good, so you should get this tank, to be honest. 50T prototype is okay. I think it's kind of frustrating in a lot of ways, because in some ways it's better than the Defender, but in so people will think, oh, this is better than the Defender. Oh my god, I gotta have this. But the armor doesn't hold up nearly as well on this tank as the Defender, and the armor is what makes the Defender so stupid, in my opinion. So for those reasons, I don't really care for the 50 TP. So I don't know. It's a fine tank, and I'm sure there's people out there that love it, and it can do good things, and it can have good games, but it's not god tier awesome. So this is the gold value of it. As far as credits, I guess I skipped over that. Credit wise, if you have a bunch of credits and one of these tanks catches your eye, credits are kind of like time, right? You can gain credits in this game by spending time grinding tier 8 premiums or whatever. So credits aren't free, they do cost time. So if you bid, I think the minimum bid for the TL1 was 3 million credits. If you bid 5 million credits, you didn't actually put any money in, you got your free premium, you got a premium tank. Good. But you did spend a bunch of time grinding those 5 million credits. So there is a time value of money, right? So if these are credit auctions, I think for a free-to-play player, these are all going to be good choices, right? Getting a premium tank, you can always use that premium to grind more credits later, but be aware of the fact that your credits aren't free, right? They cost you time. Or if you're one of those psychos that buys gold and then converts it to credits, I don't know. You guys are different. You guys are next level. So 50 TP is just okay. It's fine. This is a new one, the Awful Panther, which I guess was in the game a while back and was kind of bad, but it was kind of a meme. And apparently it's back in the game files. It's a tier 8 German premium light tank. And it doesn't actually have a gold value associated with it right now, so maybe this isn't even correct. But I tried to just take a guess. Other German tier 8 light tanks, the gold value is 5,800-ish. So, but if you're a collector and you just want this anyways, it doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't matter what it costs, you're going to get it anyways. So, you know, right? But I would say that, like, for most of these things, they're going to sell them again. So if don't feel like you're going to pay, don't pay 10,000 gold thinking you'll never get a chance to buy it. Wargaming likes money, right? So if they have a new tank, they're going to probably sell it at some point. They'll probably do it in the auction, or sorry, in the black market, and then again later on, you know, maybe again in like 5-6 months, I would bet big money that the Awful Panther will be in the store for straight up cash. So don't go overboard unless you gotta have it now or whatever. So anyways, yeah, current listing is like 100 gold, which is wrong. So I'm guessing 5,800-ish or this ballpark. But also the tank looks kind of bad, to be honest. I've just given it a quick look over, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but like, it 165 damage. It doesn't, this is notable things, doesn't get a premium round, right? So you got the APCR standard rounds, which does 165, lol, pathetic damage at tier 8, and mediocre DPM, and then an HE round. That's it. No premium round whatsoever. And it's a huge box with no armor, right? But it's a light tank, right? You're thinking, oh, but oops, it's a light tank. Why does it need armor? Well, okay, 400 meters base view range. It's got okay speed, but it's huge and it doesn't have any armor, and the camo rating is not very good. This is like heavy tank levels of camo. So I think it's going to be playing more like a medium tank than a light tank, except it doesn't really have, I don't know. I think this is going to be an awkward, not very good tank, but it is very, very heavy. Where is it? Where is the heaviness? Reverse speed, gosh. Tank traverse, give me this stat. Help me. Give me the power of the internet and help me. Okay, total weight, 41,000 pounds, 41 kips, or kilograms. 41,000 kilograms, that's what it is. This is very heavy. So the one thing that the Awful Panther used to be really good at, I've heard, is that it used to ram things really well. And I imagine this will probably do something similar, because the power to weight is okay, and the speed and the weight is very good. So like, I get the feeling that this Awful Panther is going to be a meme tank, but when you try to play it seriously and do well, I don't think it's going to go very well. So I'll just leave it with that. So yeah, I don't know. If you're a collector, you don't care what I say and you're going to buy it anyways, but if you're like looking for a thing to spend your money on, I don't know if this would be it. It seems like memes and that's it. Skoda T27, awful. It's garbage, doesn't matter what it costs, do not buy this tank. It's a paper medium tank that has a 3-round clip for 240 alpha, and the whole meme there is that it like dumps the clip fairly quickly, right? It's like 1.8 seconds between the rounds, I think. But like, it's only got 700 and something clip potential, so you have like, it just doesn't. The whole reason that clip tanks are good is because they have clip potential. They have potent short-term burst damage, right? But the Skoda T27 only has 700 or so of that. So I find the thing very frustrating because it doesn't have very good armor, it doesn't have very good gun stats, and it can't do single shot worth of crap. And then all of that payoff is for 700 something damage in a clip, and then you go do something else. So it doesn't get the strong parts that a clip tank needs to be good. I think that Wargaming could add a 4th round to the clip and do no other changes to the tank, and then it would be fine. I don't even think it would be broken. I think they could take the 3-round clip, turn it into a 4-round clip, and it would be fine. So that's how bad the tank is currently. Do not buy the tank. It's bad. All right, so then we're moving on to the WZ111 Quillen, whatever. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. So this just recently got introduced into the game files. This is basically a copy of the WZ1115A or something like that. Whatever the tier 10. Excuse me, let me go. I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure. Chinese, this guy, the 1115A. It's a good tank. It's on the tech tree. You can go grind it right now if you want. The Kwylan is a straight up copy. They are the same in every way, stat wise. I think there's probably some kind of visuals associated with it. Yeah, so there's some special model here that looks neat, I guess, if that's your thing. But I believe what this is probably going to be is like a copy of the tank. It won't be premium, I don't think. I'd be surprised. See, it's identical, right? Exactly the same, except you get the visuals So, visual model. So if that's your thing, and I think it'll behave just like a collector vehicle, right? Like the 113 is a collector vehicle where you have this in your garage. It doesn't make extra credits, but you can throw any Chinese heavy tank crew into it just like a premium and play it at your leisure. So yeah, I guess if you don't have the 5A and you want a 5A copy and you don't want to grind the line, then you could pay Wargaming what it looks like, 22,500 gold is the in-game gold value, but it'll be an auction. So like, I don't know, if you're a collector, again, you don't care what I say, so you're gonna go buy this thing. If you're a new player and you're thinking, oh, like this is not, in my opinion, a good way to spend what is essentially $100 worth of gold. So if it were me and I really wanted this, I would just go grind the 5A. Like, it's a fine, the tier 9 is great, the tier 10 it's a good tank. But like, I don't know, this is just like, I don't know why Wargaming didn't just make this a skin. This should just be a skin. Why is this a new vehicle? What are you going to do when you have to rebalance things, right? But that's what that is. It's just a 5A with a fancy skin, so don't get too hyped. It's whatever, it's fine. But the 5A is a good tank if that's your thing. The next is a 3D style for the E50M. I don't have a picture of that. Somebody probably has a picture of that. It's a skin. If you like skins, you'll figure out whether you like it or not and decide how much that's worth to you. I can't make that determination for you. Fine, it's fine. The skins are good. The Samoa Sm is a good tank. It's got a really good it's got good DPM and good burst potential. It's kind of slow. The armor works at tier 8. It's good for frontline because the armor works at tier 8, but it doesn't really work so well at tier 10. It's kind of slow again, but it's a fine tank. 9,900 gold is what its current value is in the shop. So this is just, you know, if they're selling it for credits, great. If they're selling it for gold, it should be less than this, I imagine. Otherwise, what's the point? Yeah, Cromwell B is a solid tank if you like tier 6. It is the king of shoot and scoot. You just never stop moving, and you are basically a light tank and medium tank clothes. I will say that they often sell the Cromwell B a lot, and it usually comes with a 0-skill Brothers in Arms crew, which is excellent. I think I've bought the Cromwell B package like 7 or 8 times just for the crew to stick in all of my British tanks because the 0-skill BIA crew is awesome. So remember that when Crew 2.0 comes around, Wargaming, please. I bought the tank for the crew, and the crew had better be awesome. Anyways, so the Cromwell B itself is a fine tank, but if it doesn't come with the crew, I'd say that's like at least half the reason for buying the tank. So if you've got a bunch of gold burning a hole in your pocket, then fine, but realize that this is on sale a lot. Like, I'm gonna guess probably 2 or 3 times a year. So this is not the last time you'll see it, so don't worry about that. The Bret Panther is essentially a copy of the tier 6 in-game. It's a poodle, right? The Polish tier 6 medium tank, which is like a tier 6 Panther, and I believe it's an actual copy, except the poodle has slightly more side armor for some reason, like 10 millimeters more side armor if I remember, and the Bret Panther is doesn't have that extra side armor. It's exactly the same as the tier 6 VK something or other numbers I don't remember on the tech tree, the German Panther, except it's French. So it's a fine tank. I like the little plinkers. They can do things. I think it's like a historical Panther that was captured by the French. I will say that the one thing that's annoying about the Bret Panther is that it takes needs a radio operator, right? It's a Panther, which has a standard 5-man crew, except most French tanks do not have radio operators. There's only a handful of French medium tanks that have radio operators, so for that reason, it's kind of annoying to stick a crew in, because your radio operator is not going to be as good, probably, as whatever crew you stick in it. So it's a fine tank with an annoying crew layout. I'll just say it like that. Renegade is an excellent tank, probably one of the best tier 8 heavy tank premiums in the game, I think. It's got a big cupola, but other than that, there's really no downside to the thing at all. The cupola is what keeps it from being absolutely broken, and even with the cupola, it's still just very, very good. So if you like heavy tank gameplay, you kind of need to have a brain to play this thing well, though, because you do have to, hide the cupola, right? It's not, you can't just sit there and let people shoot you. You're gonna have a bad time. But otherwise, it's a good tank. If you're very, very new to the game, I don't know if this is the first heavy tank I would buy, because it is very good, but it does require you to do things more so than other heavy tanks, right? Like a Löwe, you can just sit hull down, and if you're not showing your lower plate, you're in a pretty good spot. But with this, if you do that, they'll just aim at your cupola. So Not a very beginner-friendly tank, but it's a very good tank. IS-3A is stupid. It's got this stupid inverter autoloader thing that's totally broken. The only reason the tank is not seen everywhere all the time and breaking the entire game is because I've heard that the hull armor is trash and the accuracy is god-awful trash, so you can't really even hit the things with the gun that you have. But if somebody is in your face, you have a 3-round clip that the reload gets faster the more you shoot, which is just the stupidest thing that you can imagine. So from a conceptual point, this tank is broken, but I've heard that it's so unfun to play because you just whiff all the shots unless somebody is right in your face. I don't have one. This is just what I've heard. So gold value is 10,900 gold. It's fine. I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick because it sounds really annoying to play, but it is what it is. If that's your cup of tea, then go for it. The IS-2 Berlin, that's the tier 7, not the shielded version. That's the IS-2 Berlin is the part of the Cromwell, the what is it? The Berlin Quartet. Usually, again, sold with the Cromwell B, and usually comes with a zero skill Brothers in Arms crew. In-game gold value is 4,700 gold. Like, it's a fine tank. It's essentially a copy, a straight up copy of the in-game tech tree tier 7 Soviet heavy tank, the IS. Has the same 122 millimeter gun. It's fine. If you like ISs, you like history or whatever like that, it's a fine tank. It makes some credits. It can do really good thing because it has notable alpha, right? It has 390 alpha at tier 7, which is substantial. But the gun is kind of derpy, so just be aware of that. And it doesn't really have a lot of armor. So again, not the best tank for a newbie, but, and then again, they sell these things a lot, just like the Cromwell B. So don't feel like you're missing out. And again, they normally come with the crew. So if you're not going to get the crew with it, then I think that I might hold off personally because, again, the crew, half of the reason the Berlin tanks are so good is because they come with the crew. So if they're not getting the crew with these sales, then what's the point, really? Foch 155. This was on the tech tree for the longest time, and it's not on the tech tree now, and the only way you can get it is apparently these sales. They did this, this is one of the last, this is on the sale for the last, or let's see, on the, on the black market last time for credits, and I think it was something like 22 or 25 million credits. This is not a good tank. That's why I didn't put the price on here. It's not a good tank. It's a tank for memes, right? So the gun accuracy, like people say this thing has 750 DPM, right? Because it has a 3-round clip that's supposed to do 750 damage with like a 6-second god-awful, really long intra clip. And then you get like a 50-second whatever reload. So you shoot 3 times and you basically are out of the fight. But the reload, the accuracy is so bad that you'll usually miss at least one of those shots, and that's the meme, is that you're going to miss both of the shots, and then only have one connect and then sit and reload for a full minute or something like that. So like, the reason that this is even worth having is because you can load full HE and then memes, right? So if you're just drowning in credits and you have nothing else to spend it on, then sure, go get this. But like, don't get this because you think it's going to be good, because it isn't. It isn't good. The A32, what is this thing? Holy crap, I've never heard of this before, right? This is a little tier 4 Soviet, is it a medium tank? I think it's a medium tank. It was one of the pre-sale tanks that they said they were never going to sell again, just like the Mutant and just like the Beta Sherman and the, I think, is that it? Are those the only 3? But the A32, it's a collector. It's a tier 4, like, it's a tier 4. I don't know. Do I need to say any more? It's if you're a collector, it doesn't matter what I say. You're gonna say, I don't have that, I'm gonna buy it. But if you're looking for a tank that's like good, the changes to low tier tanks and the power creep in low tiers has not been kind to the A32. It's not particularly, this isn't your seal clubber tank. This is the tank that you buy because you want them all, I guess. So yeah. And then there's the T22. This is recently buffed in the last patch, and it's okay. It's all right. It's again, this is a tier 10 Soviet medium tank. It's fine. It's the 140 is better, which as it should be, I think. But like, if you have nothing else and you're a collector, you don't care what I say. But like, if you're looking again for like some way to throw your wallet at the screen and become the best tank in the game, this is not it. So, you know, it's fine, but it's not going to be used in like Clan Wars or anything like that. This 907 is still way better. The 140 and the tech tree is still better. There's no reason to get this tank unless you're a collector, because it's not very good. So anyway, so this is the list that I have seen, and I just wanted to give you guys just a heads up of whether these things are worth your time and money. I don't know whether the auctions will be gold or credits. I don't know if these will be in this order. I just figured, it would be worth, somebody would get some value out of me blabbering at the camera for 20 minutes. So anyways, that's the video. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.